Namaste, my name is Dhieyo and welcome to my channel. Today I'll tell you about this mudra which you can use and at the same time you can protect yourself from it. This is a very powerful mudra which a lot of powerful people who are in powerful positions use this mudra. But before I tell you anything, it's very important that you know something about mudras. Mudras now are not only limited to what we do consciously. Let's say right now you're going and sitting for your meditation and you hold on to some or the other form of mudra. You know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it. But subconsciously in our day-to-day life, all of us are using various endless amount of mudras. Like now for an example, let's say as simple as your two fingers over here at your temple. All of us at some point or the other have sat like this when we're thinking about something. Or when you're talking to something, you're doing the same thing. You are using the life force prana now to get you some of the other answer that you're looking for, you're thinking about. Or it could be on your lip. It's doing the same thing. Something as simple as your elbows on your knees right now, like the way I'm sitting and I'm talking to you. You could be just shut and you could be sitting. But what is happening is the pressure point over here on the knees is activating the base chakra, making you feel like you belong over here. That's the job of the base chakra, the root chakra. So once you have that feeling of belonging, you automatically start feeling confident. Once you start feeling confident, you start feeling free. So this is why a lot of people who ride motorcycles are getting the same feeling because of the vibration of the seat of the motorcycle. It's activating their base chakra, making them feel like they belong over here on this planet. They feel confident and they feel free. People who drive cars, who like to go for a long drive, people who do horse riding. You sit on a horse once and everyone will tell you it's an addiction. You want to sit on the horse again. It's doing the same thing. It's making you feel royal. It's making you feel good. It's giving you that confidence and boom, you want to sit. You want that feeling again. So has anybody, like somebody has written down about Gyan Mudra, somebody has written down about every other spiritual practices in the scriptures, but now what is happening is till the time it's not written in scriptures, till the time it doesn't have a name, people think these are not true. Spiritual practices, any form of spiritual practices are not true till the time they're not written. It's so foolish. You know, this knowledge was there when writing was not even there. When language was not there, but this knowledge was ever since there. So when writing started coming down, let's say this could have happened probably. Somebody who was supposed to write down, a guru told his disciple, okay, your job is to write this down. If the disciple was like me, who hates writing, who hates to read stuff, would have taken a bunch of it and would have just let it flow down the river and said, yeah, Guruji, my job is done. So now that's the only knowledge that we have. But just because that knowledge has flown down in the river, that does not mean knowledge will not reach you. Knowledge is an energy. It will come to you from anywhere. But are you open to accepting it? Are you open to receive it? Or have you only limited to yourself like, okay, no, it has to be there. So like I said right now, is there any name for this mudra? Let's just call it the motorcycle mudra, horse riding mudra, or the elbow on the knee mudra. So now will you start believing in it? Now will you know that, okay, we are using mudras subconsciously, so effortlessly. That means your soul somewhere knows how to manipulate this body. So it's great what the soul is doing for you at that time. You know, but are we giving that soul that much of importance, or are we only stuck now to whatever the mind and body is reading and we're practicing it? So just be open to receiving every time you get some form of knowledge. Now, coming back to this powerful mudra. Now, like I said, subconsciously we all are doing it. This mudra now you'll see a lot of people do it who are in a position of power. Let's say they could be politicians, they could be world leaders, they could be a guru, they could be a mentalist, they could be somebody who's your boss, a CEO of a company, of a very big company. Anybody who at that point wants you to listen to them, wants you to be convinced by what they are saying, will always hold this mudra, which is like this. You've seen a lot of people do that, I'm sure. This mudra is called Hakini mudra. Hakini is a Hindu goddess. Now, Hakini goddess represents the power of the mind, the balance between the right side and the left side. So now when you have a balanced right side and left side, right now let's say you are somebody who's created a business, you've got a project or anything. The creation part of the brain has done that. Now the calculation part, which is the selling part. What all do you need to sell it? There's a balance between it. Otherwise, there's no point. You've created something, you just don't have the words to sell it. You don't have the power to sell it. You don't have the right knowledge to sell it. There's no good to create anything then for that matter. So this mudra gets a balance in that. So now when subconsciously when a lot of people are holding this mudra, what is also happening is this goddess also represents the power of the third eye, the perception. She represents that. That's how powerful it is. So when you are sitting down, let's say in your meditation, and you want to hold this is what it is all doing to you. It's giving you a higher perspective. It's creating that balance. But when you're talking, holding on to this mudra, somebody else's perception is changing now. Somebody else's balance of that mind being right side and the life side is getting disbalanced right now, so that now they can start believing in what you are saying. You are convincing them for it. So a lot of people who read body languages and teach about body language will tell you that, okay, when you go for a meeting or you need to sell something, you always go and you talk like this, and you find a lot of people talking like this, and everything they do with their hands will always come like this, because they say that, okay, this will give you, the person who is selling the thing or talking about something, confidence. But what is truly happening is you are messing around with the other person's perception, taking it away to now give them a new perspective, which is your perspective. So now they have to get convinced. This is why they start thinking that, yeah, this person's sounding so confident. I believe in this person. He or she, whoever it could be. So this is how you can use this mudra. Whenever you're talking, you need to sell something, you need to convince something. It could be in any field, my friend. It could be just convincing your wife or your husband for, let's go out for dinner, and somebody is lazy, just start talking like this. But in the larger picture, yes, you can use this to change somebody's perception, because now your own perspective is so strong. The balance is so strong right now. Like I said, Hakini goddess is a goddess of power of the mind. But that's not just your mind. You're weakening somebody else to believing in what you're saying, and selling what you're saying, and convincing what you're saying. So this is how you can use it. Now, how you can protect yourself. Now these mudras are powers. Like I said, every power, now either you can use it or it can be used against you. So now that you know about this, let's say today if you are anywhere where there is somebody who's holding this mudra, and you want to be in a position where you can have a discussion with this person, that, okay, yeah, what you're saying is great, but I have this point of view. You don't want your point of view to be quiet like everyone else's. What you need to do is stop that energy from coming towards you. The way you do it is, I've made a video on this previously, is by waving your hand. Energy travels like this, like a wave. This is why now if you see a lot of people who shoot reels and do stuff when they're in their car, they always do this. Because subconsciously we know this is how energy travels. So when his or her energy is coming towards you, where they're talking about whatever they need to say and sell the point of view, all you do is find a way to move that energy away. By doing something like this, which will block that energy, just take it away. That wave that is coming now is gone away, is moved away from you. So now let's say if there's a bad smell that's coming. If there's a bad smell, sometimes we don't know where it's coming from, but the smell reaches us. That's how energy is traveling towards us. So all you do is, where is the smell coming from? So this hand action is doing the same thing. You don't want that energy coming towards you. So you're doing the same thing. Now you find a way to do something or the other. Now it gets too obvious when there's somebody talking and there are 20 people over there, or let's say just you and another person, and you all of a sudden go, definitely not getting the job, or definitely you're not right in the head. So find some or the other way. Move some or the other action in front of you, which is not going to be so obvious that you're blocking the other person's energy to come towards you. Anything, whatever suits you. Either pick up something. Now when the hand's gone over here, that energy which was coming is again got blocked. You've picked up something, kept it to the side. From time to time, not like going, okay, all nuts trying to block it. No, like once or twice. That's all you need to do it for the energy to stop coming towards you. And your perspective is not going to get messed around. You will have your own perspective, and the other person will have their own perspective. So like I said, this is how you block a bad smell coming towards you. This same hand action, whatever you want. Let's not do Tai Chi in that board meeting. Not a good thing to do. So find a way that you can block the other person's energy from coming towards you. So again, if you are sitting here for meditation and you want to build up that confidence in you, you want to bring that balance, then you sit down in this position. You decide how long you want to hold to it. But when you're there, you're talking to people, then again, this is why a lot of people subconsciously, their hands go like this. Because somewhere the soul has that experience to manipulate this body into achieving what they're looking for. It's called the Hakini Mudra. I'll pin it up for you guys. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel. Until I see you again, have a good life. Namaste.